not a conflict of interest.
Cut it with the business. West Coast rocking them Timberlands, deep up in them trenches. It's no difference. 4th and inches. I'm finna hit a lick and handle business. I got her down, she real vicious. Rock-a-bye, baby, no witness. This is not even a conflict. You on nonsense. Got the same way in Brooklyn and Compton. But with that gang, then make a profit. On top, stay poppin'. Look. See, I was the high school slick Rick, I was styling. Fat gold chain with an African medallion. Hip-hop connoisseur and rolling 20 crippin'. Rap game real tight, freestyle was magnificent. All about the clout and all about my dividends. Them older couldn't tell me different. I need a round-the-way girl to let me. Showtime at the Apollo. I'm about the bottle. Take 2 and pour out a little for my who won't live to see tomorrow.
If God for me, who could be against me?
First opened in 2002. There's a look inside Ford Field here in downtown Detroit, the Motor City. Today, it's the opener of a new NFL season between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Detroit Lions. Charles and I have been looking forward to this one all week, and we are underway from Ford Field. This will be a return from deep in the end zone. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision. Loses him about 4 yards. Whistles and a stoppage here. Looks like one of the Eagles is in some discomfort out there. Boy, fingers crossed here. First quarter of a new season, already an injury. And while they attend to him, we'll step aside. And they'll bring the big tight end across the formation left. They'll bring the tight end in motion right. They start on the ground here at Sanders. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first. Throw right side, caught by Goddard, the tight end. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
That's the start.
Getting ready for that moment, the first throw of the new season. He's dreamed about it, thought about it, and now it's out of the way.
Well, 1 for 1, a lot more to go. It's a second down run with Sanders. And a strong run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 35. It's an Eagles first down on a gain of 11. They'll go again with Sanders. And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, second down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
They'll send the tight end in motion left. Hurts a handoff to Sanders. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. 56 yards rushing for him now. What a drive for him to kick off the new season.
Quite the opening drive march they're on right now. It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Well, they've had success on the ground on this drive, and that makes the defense more. Commit to stop the run as they did on that play, but keep in mind, it makes them susceptible to play-action passes as well.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. From the gun, it's Hurts. This will be caught just inside the 10. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down.
When you decide to run a hitch route, it really helps to have the guy who can turn and loose. And boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
And this will be play number 8 of the opening drive. It's 3rd and short. Out to the left there and complete to the tight end Goddard. Touchdown! Dallas Goddard from 6 yards away. And the Eagles are on the board here first in the season opener. On for the extra point, Jake Elliott. And he's 1 for 1 on the new year as his kick is good.
Makes the score Eagles 7, Lions nothing. Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And now the Eagles going to signal for a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. On the ground, it's Swift to start the drive. And a short pickup to about the 27. It'll be 2nd down.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here. And if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up the score.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Charles already trailing by a touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points.
On 3rd down, Mayfield. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown, Detroit. I think it's fair to say there's nothing that gets a crowd to its feet quite like a big play, and that was something special there. Boy, was he moving.
Well, in this league where coordinators worry so much about drawing up the right routes, blocking assignments, misdirections and stuff, they have these precise arrows and movements. Sometimes the best play is just open the schoolyard where you look at your fastest guy and say, go long, go get it, big man.
And according to Next Gen Stats, his top speed on that one better than 20 miles an hour. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further.
For most people, the excitement of a kickoff return is to see a long one that goes back in the opposite direction. But for the guys covering it, it's being able to stop them deep in their own territory. How about that incredible form tackle right there? Shoulder into ball carrier, and down he goes.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They were successful last time finding the end zone on their opening drive of the season. And they get another shot here with 1st and 10. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. 70 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start. His first carry of their second drive, pretty solid. And, of course, remember back to their first drive, really strong throughout that one.
Not only is he getting good blocking up front, but how about his vision to find the holes? And he's seeing things before they even open and hurdling through them.
And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. Aiden Hutchinson. That is one that he will remember. His first career sack in his first career game in the National Football League. Throwing on 2nd and long. Hurts under pressure, and they got to him again. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's 3rd down.
Well, that's the second time he's been sacked so far in the first half. But if they have designs on having a big year, on going anywhere, they've got to find a way to keep him upright so he can throw the football.
So after that sack, Hurts and the Eagles, tough spot here, 3rd and long. They'll send Brown in motion right. Off the play fake, here's Hurts. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down. On 4th down, here's Brett Kern to punt the football away. Back deep, Khalif Raymond. So possession goes over here on the punt, and the Lions will take over.
After on 45-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. Perfect start to the season on their first drive last time out, able to find the end zone. Now we'll see if they can make it 2 for 2 here in week 1. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. From the gun, Mayfield. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes, your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
Seven, our score after 1. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Swift. Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Play fake. Mayfield. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far as a defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
Throwing, Mayfield. And that'll be caught by St. Brown. And he will be marked down short of the first as they get to him at the 29. So the completion good for 6 yards. And that's going to make it 4th down.
I thought they might take a shot down the field, but instead they ran a little drag route there. I think they were hoping he could catch it and run away from the defender. But a really good job keeping the play in front of them, and they force a 4th down.
Here's Michael Badgley ready for the field goal try. From the right hash, it's a 46-yard attempt. Badgley able to knock this one through, and they take the lead here now at 10-7. So they're able to win that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10. And a hard-earned yard there as he ran through one would-be tackler. It's 2nd down. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. On the counter now, it's Sanders. Room here to run. And all the way down to the 5. 137 yards rushing for him now as he goes over the century mark here in the season opener. So he nearly took it the distance, gets him down inside the 10 for a 1st and goal.
I'd love to be in his head right now because is he rewarding himself for a great run or is he kicking himself because he didn't get all the way to the goal line?
Touchdown, Eagles! Quez Watkins from 8 yards out, and the Eagles have retaken the lead. Elliott good with a PAT, and the lead is now 14-10. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. From the 10. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Absolutely no disguise on that one. They just went for it. Put him out there and said, go deep. Let's try and hit him. Unfortunately, to no avail.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. They go play action. Mayfield. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
A couple of quick incompletions, and now they're just one more away from getting off the field. They've got options now. Could they dial up a blitz here or just drop everyone into coverage to crowd the throwing lanes?
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Now Mayfield. And connecting here with deep. The ball comes out, and it's picked up by the Eagles. These defenses have become so opportunistic, and no matter what you're playing, in this case wide receiver, you got to be careful.
You certainly do, because there is a phrase in today's football that we use all the time, completing the process of the catch. Well, it's after you do that where the trouble begins, right? Meaning you've tucked it away, you're trying to get downfield, but someone's always coming up trying to rake at the ball and knock it free.
The 20. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. A good pickup there, 26 yards. That's how you draw up the run-pass option right there. You get a chunk play out of it.
And you know quarterbacks love to throw the RPOs because oftentimes they're in-breaking routes, but receivers love it even more. The ball gets to them quickly, allows them to put some moves on in the secondary.
They'll run the jet sweep with Brown. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage back at the 17. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. They'll run with Sanders up the middle. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 143 yards rushing for him in his first half as he is looking in mid-season form here in the opener.
You've got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
And he's able to get this down to the 5-yard line before he's out of bounds. Will go down as a gain of 6, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Well, it looks like they got what they wanted. They got the completion, but they weren't able to break any tackles or gain nearly enough yardage to pick up the 1st down. Now to be 4th and short.
Going for it with Sanders, and he's able to pick up the 1st before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4. Sanders not going anywhere. He'll lose a couple back to the 6. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
Well, I know defensive coordinator is going to be pretty excited about what he just saw there. Great knockback by their front. And now with the ball where it is, I would expect to see the offense throw the ball on 2nd and 3rd down here.
They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now. Another run with Sanders. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. Big play if you think about it right now in this season opener. It's 3rd and goal. They'll fake the give to Sanders, and now Hurts. And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A.J. Brown, a 5-yard touchdown. And they're able to add on to their advantage. Elliott good on the extra point, and that makes it a 21-10 game.
Lions 10,
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. Last time out, they had the fumble. That led to the touchdown. Not a great look on either side of the ball as the defense gave up the points too, Charles. They try to find Chark, but it's intercepted. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD. Elliott good with a PAT, and the lead is up to 18 now.
Eagles 28, Lions 10. Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick-6, and now the kick is away. This is taken just shy of the 10. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
Take it to the house.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, and this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Well, I guess that answers the question whether or not they want him throwing it again right away after throwing the pick-6 on the previous drive.
Yeah, not something conservative or underneath. Pretty big shot right there.
Get him right back in the saddle and say, go ahead and sling it, big guy.
So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. Mayfield looks to throw. Flushed out right. And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. It'll go as a loss of 3 on the sack, and it brings up 3rd down. Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Dancing to his left. And he'll let this one go deep for Chark. And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in.
Well, you know me, whether you need it or not, I'm going to give a little unsolicited advice. Just throw it downfield out of the pocket only if you're absolutely sure. Otherwise, use your running ability and try and get those yards a safer way.
And here now the punter Fox as he sends this one away. The 41-yard punt, 9 on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. The offense coming back out here. Plenty of energy, ready to roll. Looking to just add to what they have been doing after scoring a touchdown, Charles, their last time out.
And that's a great feeling to have on the sideline, partner, knowing you just won the battle against the opposing defense. And since they came off the field, I'll guarantee you all they want to do is get back out there because they know they have the upper hand on that defense right now.
They go play action with Hurts. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. Now the Eagles will use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Another try after the first down sack. Hurts. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Play action. Here's Hurts. And that will be incomplete.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he let him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
Here's Jake Elliott. Career long, by the way, for him, 61 yards. This will approach NFL record territory. It's a 62-yard attempt. And, off the crossbar, no good. A sensational effort from that distance, but rejected by the bar. All things considered, a pretty good kick, just cruel punishment there to be denied by the crossbar.
If you're going to hit from that distance, sometimes you're going to need a little luck, and unfortunately for him, this time the break goes against him.
First down, Mayfield. That throw taken in by Jamison Williams. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. To throw, Mayfield. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And the Lions are going to have a first and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5. 4 seconds left, and there's the timeout. In field goal range and a chance to tack on 3 before intermission. This is first and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. Final play of the half, Mayfield. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. This is taken just shy of the 10. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line.
First down and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick 6 TD. Elliott good on the extra point. And they open the lead up now to 25.
Eagles 35, Lions 10. Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
The Lions take over first down 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game.
He's got a man complete. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
Working out of the gun, Mayfield. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. Nakobe Dean, that is one that he will remember. His first career sack in his first career game in the National Football League. Boy, and now they can't even get a playoff. That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. And now Mayfield on the bootleg. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get it out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
3rd and long for Mayfield. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep. Try and throw some air under it and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they were unsuccessful.
Now Mayfield on 4th down. On the move to his left. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Lions turned away on 4th down. And the Eagles defense able to hold. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And it's hard to imagine that the first half could have gone any better for them. So what's the approach here in the second half?
Just continue to play smart football because they've got the other team down and they feel good about the position they're in. The obvious thing people would say is just keep attacking, but I think you also have to be smart about it. Avoid turnovers. That's about the only thing that can derail you at this point. Attack, but make sure you take care of the ball.
It's complete to Brown, right side. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a 1st down. Inside 4 minutes to go, 3rd quarter. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown. A.J. Brown, already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Eagles are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead. Elliott good with a PAT, and the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter.
Lions 10. Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And it'll come out to the 25 as Raymond will elect not to bring it out.
25-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Now here's a throw right side taken in by his tight end. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. They'll send a receiver in motion to the right. 3rd and short yardage. Mayfield. And he's got his man on the out route. And he is going to have the Lions first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Here's Mayfield. Open man right side is St. Brown. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
And, partner, they're locked in man coverage out left and end up running a crossing route. Rounded it a little bit more than a slant. And he's just going to angle himself towards the right side of the field, and that's very difficult for a defender to shadow him across all that ground.
So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Mayfield now. He's airing it out for Williams. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
And now to Common's side, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another first down.
Second and 10, 3rd quarter of the season opener. Going to the air again with Mayfield. And that nearly intercepted. It's incomplete. Now remember, he had a pick earlier, but couldn't reel that one in. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused.
Now Mayfield lost the football, and it's picked up by the Eagles. Past the 20. And he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return and an Eagle touchdown. Elliott on for the extra point. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter.
Eagles 49, Lions 10.
So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Well, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. A win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles. But I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
He'll buy some. And Mayfield again with the interception. His 3rd. Picked by the former Lion, Darius Slay. And the Eagles are going to take possession of the football.
There's been one mistake after another on the offensive side of the ball. That's now 3 interceptions to go along with 2 fumbles for them. And if you're going to turn the ball over 5 times in a game, your chances to win have to be about 100 to 1. and it's not looking good for them here.
Philadelphia picking up the first on a gain of 15.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Quez Watkins. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Eagles get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. Elliott now to have the extra point. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. And they will not have time to get another play in here as time has run out on this third quarter. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
Elliott now to kick this one away. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And whatever promise they showed in the preseason has not translated into week one because they have not been particularly competitive here at home, no less. These fans just kind of beside themselves right now. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Pressure comes and down goes Baker Mayfield. It'll be a loss of 10, and it'll bring up second.
Well, I wish this staff luck as they try to find positives about this performance by their offense as we move through the early part of the fourth quarter. That sack, the latest example. Down by a boatload, this offense simply can't keep up, and the quarterback is still taking hits. I'd get the backups in there if it were me.
To the sideline, and that is a heck of a catch as he was able to get both feet in. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a third down. And he's been one of their few bright spots here this afternoon.
And as you pointed out, so far he's gotten his. That's not been the issue at all. But the teammates, the other guys, they've been shut down. That's why the defensive guys have to feel pretty good, even though he's over 100 yards.
Yeah, he topped 100 with that last catch. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack.
A 6-yard loss. It's fourth down.
Desperation time. Mayfield on fourth down. Connecting here with Chark on the out route. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. He's going to rifle one deep left side. He's got a man complete. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here. Defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the fourth, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage, and you bring your safeties back. They can pick up anything that leaks through. But in the meantime, upfield, you're making plays on the football.
And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. Tyron Johnson there on the tackle.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10 at the 17-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 10. Mayfield to throw it. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
On 3rd down, Mayfield. Throw right side, complete to Williams. And the Lions are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Here's Swift. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. This linebacking core, they've done a good job of keeping that running game in check, haven't they?
They certainly have, and what they'll also do when this game is over is thank the guys up front, the big defensive line, because they've kept them clean, so to speak. Not letting blockers get to them, allowing them to run to the football and keep that running game bottled up.
On 2nd and goal, Mayfield. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Now 3rd and goal.
3rd and goal, trying to make that scoreboard at least a little more respectable. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And the Eagles are going to take over once again, and they'll have it at their own 8-yard line. Yet another mistake after the interception there. And guys, you look up at the scoreboard, and they just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, that hasn't paid off for them at all.
On the other sideline, jubilation and laughter. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Off the play fake, here's Hurts. Dropped for a loss of 7. Now multiple defenders.
One thing that I liked about this guy during the draft process was his motor. Of course, I loved his skills, but he plays hard on every down.
And that motor on full display there as he gets his first NFL sack. Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And that's out to the flat for Swift. And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
Complete to DeAndre Swift. 4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the 38-yard line.
Regular. King.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Mayfield. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. A tall task ahead of him here, needing a full 15 yards to move the chains. Play fake. Mayfield. And my goodness, another interception. Picked by the former Lion, Darius Slay. And the Eagles are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50. Well, partner, I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really gone wrong. I guess the catch-all is...
And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. Aiden Hutchinson in there to get him once again. That's 2 sacks for him now here on opening day. That one looks like he'll throw here. Over the middle, he's got Watkins. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Hurts sets up to throw it. He's got a man, complete. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. That goes for a gain of 31. Altogether, a pretty shaky start to the year for this defense as they defend another 1st and 10. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Lions are going to take over at their own 13-yard line. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in quarter number 4. Following the interception, Mayfield. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. He's got a man complete. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. He's airing it out for Williams. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. Mayfield. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46. And we've got a timeout. 9 seconds remaining.
Well, this has to count as a great team effort today, but this man, he's been at the center of all of it. Really special day for any defense to have this many sacks in a game, even more so for this player. One of the best individual efforts of the season.
He's going to let it fly. And this will be incomplete. Boy, can you believe this? That one probably should have been picked too. Instead, it's 4th down.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
One last shot for Mayfield here. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game. Well, CD, always a little extra excitement for week 1, and one of our early window games here in week 1 on a Sunday comes to a close. Good to be back in the booth with you, my friend.
And it's good to be back in the booth with you as well. And we know that not everyone's going to start the season 1-0, right? Half the league is going to have a loss on their record. But everyone's got to build off of that opener. And how many coaches tell us every single year, you make your most progress between week 1 and week 2. We'll see how both of these teams progress the rest of this season.
So for the Eagles, it's a fantastic start as they roll to a blowout victory here in the season opener. And they will head home next week to take on the Minnesota Vikings. Meanwhile, for Detroit, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat.
And they will be back home next week for a date with Washington.